So today I'm here with episode 1 of my FIFA 16 career mode with Yeovil Town. And if you're wondering why I'm playing FIFA 16 with Yeovil, I'd advise you go back and watch episode 0 because that'll explain why I'm doing this series and it goes through the rules of the series as well. But I don't want to waste any time, I want to get straight into the career, so let's set it up. So as I said, we are going to be using Yeovil. Got a transfer budget of 425,000, which isn't too much, but I'm only going to be doing a bit of scouting in this first season, so should be enough for that. We are going to be playing on legendary difficulty, and I haven't got any sliders set up for it yet, but I probably will end up with a slider setup eventually for this. Going to be playing 6-minute halves, and the stadium is set to Hewish Park because that is Yeovil Stadium in real life, and the in-game one is Town Park because I think that's the most similar to Hewish Park. And the squads are on current customized. That was downloaded latest before, I forgot to change that, so now it is on current customized because the FIFA 16 servers got taken down, so can't download the latest squads. And the first transfer window I'm going to keep enabled because I might want to sell some of the real players. So my manager is going to be called Mr. Bill of Games because that is me. I am Mr. Bill of Games, and I'm pretty sure like the outfit and the skin color and body type and stuff make absolutely no difference, and if they do, you don't get to see your manager really anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And my nationality is English because I'm English. So now we've got our pre-season tournament invitation here, and I think this was actually the first game with the pre-season tournaments in, so chance to make a little bit of extra money here. And the one we're going to be going for is the European International Cup because it's the easiest and it's got the most prize money. And we have actually been given a league objective to fight for promotion this season, so in this first season I'll probably need to finish in the playoffs, but I don't want to get promoted because I want to start from League 2 with my youth players. I'm not going to bother showing you the team in detail because I'm never going to play with any of these players, but that's the starting 11 for this season if you're interested. But now into the important stuff, which is hiring my first set of youth scouts. That's a shame. Ideally, I did want at least one 2-star experience, 1-star judgment scout. So I'm going to wait a week and then see if there's any in a week's time when the scouts refresh. Because I don't need to send these out straight away because I don't need any players until next season, so I'm not in a rush to get any players. So now we do have our first game of the pre-season tournament against Hamilton, and we lose it 2-1. But now the scouts have refreshed, but I've not been able to get a 2-star 1-star unfortunately. So I'm going to hire one of these 1-star 1-stars, and hopefully they'll get replaced with a 2-star 1-star. So we'll go ahead and hire Jade and Oliver, but they've not been replaced with a 2-star 1-star, so we'll advance another week. And now we've got the second game of the pre-season tournament here against Sondages. A team which I've never heard of and evidently cannot pronounce. And we do lose it 2-0. Probably karma for not being able to pronounce the name properly. And now we got the third game in the preseason tournament here against Lugano. And we draw it 1-1, so we are out of the preseason tournament. Still made 250k off it, so that's not too bad. And the scouts have refreshed again, and yet again not been able to get myself a 2-star 1-star scout. So we're going to sign up Jordan Mitchell. And once again, he wasn't replaced with a 2-star 1-star scout. So we'll advance another week. And now we've advanced another week again, and we still haven't been able to get a 2-star 1-star scout, unfortunately. So we're going to sign up James Mackay. And we do have a transfer offer here for Kevin Dawson, who is the one player I've put on the transfer list. So I think he's the one player I can afford to lose this season, who I can make a decent amount of money off. So I'm going to accept this 325k offer from Rotherham. And confirmation there that Kevin Dawson has been sold. And now we are at the 28th of the month, which is when I like to send my scouts out. Because I like to be able to sign my players as close as possible to when I'm going to get the monthly youth squad report. Because then their potential range will change pretty much immediately. So I'll know sooner whether they're worth keeping or not. And the 28th is the latest date you can do that because there's only 28 days in February. So if I did it any later, I wouldn't get a February scout report. So let's send these scouts out. So for this first season, I'm only going to be scouting the home nations because in future seasons, I want the nations I scout to come from you guys. So before I start scouting, let me just go through every nation it's possible to scout in FIFA 16. This might take a minute. So today I'm going to be scouting England, Scotland and Northern Ireland, so we won't be able to scout them again. So for the rest of the countries, we've got the Republic of Ireland, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Finland, Russia, the Netherlands, Belgium, Germany, Austria, Switzerland, France, Portugal, Spain, Italy, Croatia, Greece, Turkey, Czech Republic, Poland, Slovakia, Slovenia, Serbia, Romania, Saudi Arabia, China, South Korea, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, Morocco, Algeria, Egypt, Ivory Coast, Ghana, Nigeria, Cameroon, South Africa, Canada, United States, Mexico, Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Brazil, Bolivia, Paraguay, Chile, Argentina, and Uruguay. I don't know exactly how many that was, but there's plenty to choose from there. So let me know in the comments what countries you want me to scout. But for this first 3 months, I'm going to send Jaden Oliver to England, and he's going to be looking for goalkeepers. Then we're going to have Jordan Mitchell being sent to Northern Ireland, and he's going to be looking for wingers. And then we're going to have James Mackay being sent to Scotland, and he's going to look for physically strong players. And now that's done, let's go on with advancing to get to the first set of scout reports. But before I do that, I do just want to show you all the regions I scouted from the free agents list. And there are actually 11 here, so if I wanted wanted to sign all of these, I could make a full team out of them, but I'm not going to do that because some of them aren't very good, and there's not a good balance in a position, so I will be playing some out of position. And I'm not going to sign them now, but they are in my shortlist, so should I want to sign any of these in Season 2, I will be able to. And now let's go on with advancing. So now we have our first set of scout reports, so let's take a look at these. And I am going to sign most players if their potential looks alright, because I just want to fill out the youth squad, but this guy's even too bad for that, so I'm going to reject him. Same with this guy as well. The potential's manageable, but not that overall. However, Josh Smith, the goalkeeper from England, definitely worth signing. So now let's advance again. And I actually just remembered training's in this game as well. I think FIFA 16 was the first game with training in it, so I've got Smith in training. And now we got our second set of scout reports here. So from Scotland, we got 2 players with a maximum potential of 94, which is fantastic for a 1-star scout. And then this guy, Stuart Reynolds, isn't awful either. So we're going to sign up Stuart Reynolds, Scott Chalmers, and Jason Gamel. And then this guy, Adam Kennedy for Northern Ireland. Oh my God. He is already such an incredible player. 50 to 68 overall, 75 to 94 potential. If I remember correctly, and I don't know if this is still a thing, but I know it's a thing in older FIFAs, there was like levels of player like bronze, silver, gold, platinum, I think. I think this guy's like a platinum player, and there's like less than a 1% chance of a 1-star scout bringing one back or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but like the chance of a 1-star scout bringing back a player this good in this game is like really low, I think. So that's a great find. Adam Kennedy, get in my youth academy. And then 2 more, Charlie Wood and Depot Southern, 2 players again with a maximum potential over 90. This has been a generational round of scout reports for 1-star scouts. Let's get these both signed up. Right, I don't think those scout reports are being beaten for the rest of the season. Those were all amazing. Oh my God, Adam Kennedy has an 81 to 94 potential. Are you serious? That's ridiculous. And he's already a 59 overall. The one downside is he's 5'6", and he's left-footed as a right back, but like those things we can manage with. I'll just play him on the left. Hopefully he's like right back / left back. But I don't want to train this guy because I think if you train them, it stops them growing physically. So I want this guy to grow physically, and he's already high enough overall that I don't need to train him. Charlie Wood's potential is looking good. Depot Southern's potential is looking good. Jason Gamel's potential is looking good. Bit low on the overall, so I think I'm going to train him, and he's got decent sprint speed already, so his physicals are probably pretty decent. Okay, not all of them, but some of them are all right so far. Josh Smith's potential, the first keeper I scouted, not too bad. Scott Chalmers' potential is great, and Stuart Reynolds, he was the weakest one, and his potential has dropped off a bit, but everyone else, fantastic. That is such a goated round of scout reports. That was crazy. So I've changed up the training drills a bit now. So I've got Southern, Chalmers, and Gamel in training. Right, so now let's advance another month. And now we've got our third set of scout reports here, so let's take a look at these. So from Scotland, we've got Mark Boyd, who doesn't look worth signing. But we do have Oliver Reeves from Northern Ireland, who does look worth signing, so let's sign him up. But I am going to reject Joshua Kennedy. And then Miles Cracknell from England doesn't look worth signing. And I've already got 3 good goalkeepers anyway, so I'm actually glad we didn't get a good one, because I don't want 4 goalkeepers competing for 1 spot. So now it's time to send the scouts back out. So this time in England, I'm going to be looking for defensive-minded players. In Northern Ireland, I'm going to be looking for wingers again. And in Scotland, I'm looking for physically strong players again. So now it's been another month. We'll just take a look here, and I'll just show you how my youth academy is doing right now. So Oliver Reeves is coming in at 82 max potential, but 57 overall. So that's definitely good enough for while we're in the lower leagues. And no one's potential has really dropped too much, so I think we're looking good. And now we have our 4th set of scouting reports here, so let's take a look at these. So from Scotland, I've got Dom Ferguson, who doesn't look great, but might be needed to fill up the numbers, so we're going to sign him. But we're going to reject Jamie Goodwillie and Stuart Noble. I've got Michael Payton from Northern Ireland, who doesn't look too bad, so we're going to sign him up. And I'm also going to sign up Matty Turner, because even though his potential doesn't look very good, his overall looks all right. Actually, I've just noticed he's 15. I'm not going to sign him up. And we're going to reject Mikhail Magne as well. Then in England, I've got Malvind Darby with a decent potential, so we're going to sign him up. And then I'm going to reject Elliot Puddy and Danny McQueen. So we'll just take a look at the youth academy again, and I'll just show you how everyone's doing now. And now we've got our 5th set of scout reports here, so let's take a look at these. So we've got Charlie Anderson from Scotland, who doesn't look worth signing. Then we got Roy McChrystal and Trevor Boyce from Northern Ireland, who don't look like they're worth signing. Then we got Paul Parrott from England, who does look worth signing. So we're going to sign him up, even though he is only 15. And he's only 5'1". So hopefully he grows a bit before next season. But we are going to reject Alex Rolls and Thomas Keane. So I've had an email here saying Scott Chalmers wants out of the youth academy, so let's go and promote him. And while we're there, I'll give you a look at the rest of the youth squad. So Scott Chalmers is up to a 54 overall with an 80 to 90 potential. 5'9" CDM, decent looking physicals, so I think I'll be pretty happy with him. And now I'll just show you the rest of the youth academy as well, just show you how they're doing. I've made a couple of changes to the training now as well. I switched Chalmers to a passing drill. Gemmel's short passing drill has switched to defending. And I've brought in Darby and Reynolds. And now we've got a 6 set of scout reports here, so let's take a look at these. So Jamie McKenzie from Scotland looks all right, so we'll sign him up. But then we'll reject Scott Brown and Stevie McKinnon. And then we got Carl Turner and Oliver Donnelly from Northern Ireland who don't look too bad. So we're going to sign both of them up. And then Stephen Harney actually has a decent overall, so we'll sign him too. And then Joe Campbell from England looks all right, so we'll sign him up too. And we'll reject Paul Brown. And now I just want to show you my youth squad again, how it's doing. You'll see there's quite a few players with low potentials and low overalls, but I don't want to release anyone yet. I want to wait until the youth squad's full before I actually release anyone, because I don't want to release anyone until I need to. So I've changed up the training slightly again. Mackenzie comes in because he is a striker and I'll need one of them. But in this game, generated strikers always start with a really low finishing stat, so we're training that up. I've just remembered I forgot to send my scouts back out. So we'll do that now. Won't really make much of a difference. I'll still get all the scout reports. They'll just be at a different time. So what we really need now is defenders. So in England, we're going to be searching for defensive minded. In Northern Ireland, we're still going to be searching for wingers because we need some good ones of them. And in Scotland, we're going to carry on searching physically strong to hopefully get some decent defenders with some decent base physical stats. And I am changing up training once again. And Gemmel has dropped out and Campbell has come in. I've just realised that I've been pronouncing Gemmel's name differently throughout the video. I feel like I've been saying Gemmel and Gamel, and I can't remember which one I started with, and I don't even know which one's right. So I guess someone let me know in the comments. So we're at the first of the month here, so I'll just give you another look at the Youth Academy and how it's doing now. So now we've got a 7th set of scout reports here, so let's take a look at these. And neither of these guys from Scotland worth signing. But then we got Cameron Donnelly from Northern Ireland who looks worth signing. And my youth squad is full, so I guess it's time to release some players. Or promote them. Okay, I'm going to release Stephen Harney because I do have 3 right wingers and I don't need 3. But there isn't really anyone else I want to release, so I'm just going to start promoting people. So I've not offered everyone a contract, but who I've offered a contract to is Adam Kennedy, Depot Southern, Jamie McKenzie, Jason Gemmel / Gamel, Oliver Reeves, and Stuart Reynolds. So now I'm going to sign Cameron Donnelly. I will have to leave Jeff Smith for a bit, and we're going to reject Darren Dallas. And then in England, we've got Richard Sweeney, but my academy's still full, so hopefully he doesn't get signed up, and in a few days, I'll come back and sign him when the players have offered contracts who have been promoted. But we are going to reject Byron Senior, which is literally the name of a senior citizen. How are you 17?
You're 17. Yeah, just look older.
So as you can see, our Youth Academy players have accepted their contracts. So now I can go and sign Richard Sweeney, who I just noticed was 6'6", so that could be useful. And we'll sign up Jeff Smith, mainly just because he has a decent overall. Right, we are at the first of the month again now, so I'll just give you a look at the Youth Academy so you can see how it's doing. So now we have our 8th set of scout reports here, so let's take a look at these. So Rory Archer from Scotland, not worth signing. But then we got Adam Ferguson and Michael Mooney from Northern Ireland, who are worth signing. Both got low overalls, but both got good potentials. Then we're going to reject Ewan Mitchell. And then we got Rob Good and Tom Holland from England. Neither of them look that good, but I have to sign Tom Holland just for the culture, surely. I've got to have Spider-Man in my team. Like, come on. So even if Tom Holland's not any good, he's just going to be the mascot throughout the series. So there we go. Spider-Man is now at Yeovil. But we're going to reject Rob Good because he doesn't look very good. I can't believe I got Tom Holland in a scout report. That's crazy. So I've changed up my training again a little bit. So Chalmers, Campbell and McKenzie are now on dribbling drills and Darby is on a passing drill. And I also replaced someone with McKenzie. It was the centre back. I forgot his name. Stuart something. Anyway, he's not in training anymore. And now it's the first of the month. So let's just take a look at the Youth Academy and see how everyone's doing. And I did notice Michael Mooney in there with the highest potential of everyone left, so high hopes for him. And now for the 9th and final time in this video, we've got our scout reports. And I only have 1 space in the Youth Academy, so hopefully there's not loads of really good players in these. And in Scotland, we've not got any good players, so I'm going to reject all of these. Stuart McGurk is the only one in Northern Ireland with a decent potential, but his overall is that bad that I'm going to reject him and everyone else. And then Ben Nyambe looks all right, so we're going to sign him up, and that will fill the youth squad. I might not actually have enough budget to sign him. I can't even afford him. Well, I guess we're not signing up Ben Nyambe. That's a shame. But now we just got to finish the season, and I'm in the playoffs, which is where I wanted to be. Can't get automatics because Notts County in 4th have more than 6 more points than me, so whoever's in 3rd will have more than that. And I just need 1 point to be safe from Mansfield, so just need 1 point from this game against York. And I got 3, so that's us in the playoffs, and that should be objective completed. So I shouldn't be getting sacked. And now I just need to lose the playoffs so I don't get promoted. Okay, well, that's a bad start. Okay, I've accidentally made it to the playoff final. We're just going to do a little bit of what's known as save scumming, but it's like backwards because I'm trying to lose. lose. So does it really count as safe scumming? Okay, I lost. That's better. And we lost the second leg as well. So I will be in League 2 next season, which is what we want. And now for the last time in this video, we are going to take a look at the entire youth squad and all these players with ticks next to their names who are ready to be promoted. We will be promoting them. Oh, I just saw Michael Mooney doesn't have a face. That's really annoying. I hate when players don't have a face. And he's got good potential as well. Why couldn't it have been any of these other players that have a bad potential that didn't have a face? Why do it have to be the one good one? That does not look like Tom Holland. I mean, I haven't seen a picture of him recently, but if I remember correctly, Tom Holland is white. So, doesn't really look like him, but we'll pretend. And all our players have accepted their contracts, so let's go sort out my starting 11 for the next season, so I can show you it before the end of the video. So, this is how my team is looking. We've only got one player out of position, which is Smith at centre-back, and he is a left-back, so not too much out of position. And he is 6 foot, so definitely capable. And that is how the bench is looking. Just got one real player on there. And I've still got some players in the youth academy who are 15, so hopefully by the start of the season, they'll be 16 and I can promote them and bring them into the team. And I'll definitely want to sign some of the free agents as well. But that is how my team is looking for now, and I'd say other than the wingers and one centre-back, it's not looking too bad. So we are at the end of the season here. The board is happy and have not sacked me, so let's advance into the next season. So now we are at the start of the next season, and that is where I'm going to end this episode. And in the next episode, we'll be trying to sign a few players, try and improve on those positions that need improvement, and we'll be sending the scouts out again. So remember to put down in the comments what countries you want me to scout. And then after that, we'll finally be able to get into the first games of the series. But anyway, if you enjoyed episode 1 of this series, leave a like. If you're looking forward to watching the rest of this series, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.